And we're live. And look, it's all three of us physically in the same room together.
Yes, physically all in the same room together. Oh, I missed my high five.
So welcome to the 300th episode. I know we've already had the 301st episode, but we're going to rewind. We're going to retcon and do 300th.
I wondered how that was going to work.
Yeah. So we just kind of kept going, and then we waited for you to get back and said, "No, let's now do 300."
Right.
So we just kind of so this won't be any news topics. We're just going to talk about the podcast and the channel and what we did and what we're going to do and all that good stuff.
Can you still call it a podcast?
Yeah, it's both. It's all things to all people. Yeah, so you can consume it a bunch of different ways now. Yeah, because it's available audio like on Spotify and everything, but it's also on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. I mean, it comes in a lot of crazy places. And if they didn't make us pay, it would be everywhere else. But a lot of places want premium accounts. Yeah.
Patreon tier?
Oh yeah,
that's what Patreon would pay for?
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you want us on Twitter or where else makes you pay? Yeah, all the places that make you pay, that would be a tier. Oh yeah, so and as a celebration of the 300th episode, we're going to give away 3 months to 3 free patrons. So unfortunately, Patreon doesn't let you gift anything unless you already are a patron, but there's a free tier. So you can be free, so you'll be upgraded to a weakling. You'll be strong as a weakling for 3 months. So I'll now repeat this a few times. So visit the Patreon and just sign up to the free tier, and then I'll pick 3 random names. Or should I do first come first serve? Just post a link and then the first 3 people to click on it, or should we do like a random?
I would do a random.
Okay. So everybody that signs up. So we'll do it like 24 hours from now. I'll take a look at the list. It looks like there's 10 free members right now. So.
D10.
Yeah. So everybody that signs up in the next 24 hours on Patreon will put you in the running for the 3 free months. We should do that kind of regularly with the free stuff. Yeah, that would be good because you can set it for a number of months. Unfortunately, I just don't have it, so you can't gift it to someone that isn't signed up. That's kind of weird. Hopefully, they'll change that. But yes, so 3 months to 3 lucky free patrons. That doesn't have a name. The tier doesn't have a name. It's just free.
Doesn't?
Yeah, they don't let you name it. Yeah, they won't let you name it. They just let people follow you. Because I guess it's essentially just like a follower of the Patreon. But yes, so good to have everybody here. So Chris just got back from the States, so had enough hoagies and water ice to get you.
I had one water ice. One water
ice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nobody knows what that is. I remember I had like one girlfriend. She's like, "Isn't all ice water? What's water ice?"
Well, yeah. But so how did it go? Do you bring any goodies back with you? Any treasures from crowdfunding?
Oh, I thought you meant like the obligatory like gifts I'm supposed to.
Oh yeah, where's my cookies?
Yeah. See, you're not Japanese, so I didn't have to bring you anything, right?
That's right. I want a keychain that says Philadelphia, a little plastic Liberty.
I actually got pins left over from the last time I did that.
Oh, nice.
I brought back a few little small box games that I had sent to my folks' house.
Cool.
Including the very popular in my house now, Sushi Go.
Oh, nice.
Which is cute, fun.
Yeah.
Sushi Go.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that the company that has that whole series, the something pig publisher?
Clarence says Echo.
Oh yeah. So Matt will be double. So I'll turn Matt down a little bit. Turn Matt down.
Don't change the channel.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt's a little washed out as well. The TV doesn't photograph well. Yeah. So Matt's got audio going because I didn't think the microphones picking up the TV would be the best sound. So on the stream, that's what. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of doubling.
But in the sweetened audio version.
Oh yeah, no, we'll have doubling too because I'm taking it from the stream. Yeah, we're not recording it. We're not recording on Discord. Oh, it's the 300th. We still haven't figured it out. After 300 episodes, we
not
still
selling the channel.
Haven't the tech. We still haven't gotten the tech down right. Oh boy! But what have we been doing for 300 episodes? So yeah, let me bring up my notes. Yeah, the first episode. So I think I've told this story before, but the weekly was an attempt to save Idle Red Hands because it had dropped off the edge of the world because of the
just
website. Yeah, the website, the plugin that was being used for the website to propagate the podcast just stopped. Somebody stopped supporting it, so it just click, it stopped. And so we were no longer being sent out. So as soon as Apple and Google and everybody detects a dead RSS, they just kill it. And but the account is still there, but they just they don't send it out anywhere. So the podcast wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't available on anything. So like, okay, well, we have to do something to to get this back and being found again, because we'd already just started the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that made a so all of a sudden things just died. Let's see here. So April 7th, 2019
God, I feel
was the first Idle Red Hands Weekly. And the tag for that was Idle Red Hands Weekly, a shorter format update podcast to let you know what we're working on and what's coming up in the future. We talk about gaming news, our favorite new releases in the tabletop world, and also our favorite crowdfunding projects. In addition, we answer questions from the listeners and give you teasers for topics of upcoming longer episodes. All this in under 30 minutes. Yeah, so that was the intent, is just to do a regular release, because the bigger episodes that we started doing took forever to edit, so we weren't doing things weekly, so there was no weekly audio, so something had to go out weekly for us to start being picked up again on podcast aggregators.
That's why it was. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a struggle to do that. And then 30-minute format, so some people can't keep their thoughts in under 30 minutes, so I ended up having to edit. I think a few of these episodes are like 2 hours, an hour 90 minutes.
Seriously?
Yes, an hour. I was 90 minutes, and I was like, can we keep the comments and so I stopped doing the weekly with somebody, and just had random guests. So I think Nick was a guest, and Jamie, Chris and Jamie popped in one time. So it was just I was grabbing whoever we were playing with or who was around who could physically come in, and it was audio only. So it stayed audio only for I think a year or so, and then we realized, wait, if we live stream this, then it makes its own audio, and we can do remote guests and stuff as well.
Oh, we should go back to doing remote.
Yeah.
I say as we are literally doing
yes.
Yeah.
So that just became the thing, and basically us doing. I think the live stream came from. We meeting for lunch. When your office moved near here, then we could meet for lunch. And we were just meeting for lunch and talking about games. And we're like, wait a minute,
we're also playing a lot of Netrunner.
Yeah, we're playing. That's right. We're playing a ton at this Indian restaurant that they were like, we don't know what you're doing, and we're not sure it's okay.
We ordered food from them. It was good.
Yes, we had lunch. They had nice big tables. Yes. So then we just tried to do it. I think because we were already kind of just talking about stuff. Let's do it in person. And Chris was kind enough to try to make it over here in rain and sun and shine and sleet and snow.
Humidity.
Yeah, and humidity especially. Make it over here. And because 30 minutes, all we needed was 30 minutes. So we were able to make the walk.
Too late, but sometimes I'll push it a bit.
Right. But the first episode we talked about Mysthia, the Legends from the Borderlands RPG, which then COVID hit, and that was delayed. I think they actually did release it in the middle of COVID, but some of the people working on it were also medical.
Oh, wow.
Their full-time job was nursing and stuff, so they were kind of called away. They did actually release it, I think, just a year late, which was pretty impressive. And talking about Magic and Forbidden Lands, because that's what we were just playing, and then also Swords Fall. Whatever happened to Swords Fall? So that
apparently that guy's a real bad actor.
Yeah, that's what they've been. That's what I've heard. So that was our very first episode. We were talking about all that good stuff, and so it was kind of fun. And Matt started showing up in the chat regularly once we were a live stream. Yeah, thank you.
Well, when did you do? Because I first ran into you guys when you did that Forbidden Lands breakdown video.
Oh yeah, the big the almost 2-hour Forbidden Lands talk. Yeah, that was probably that was probably just right before. I can check in the channel, but probably right before the weekly started. So yeah, that must have been the thing that brought you in.
So what I'm hearing is we need to do more Forbidden Lands.
Yes, right. Yes.
Well, then that fed the algorithm, and then suddenly the weekly showed up, and
right.
Okay, this is cool. Yeah.
So what's the latest hotness now? Is it still Daggerheart?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing that's probably gonna get the most attention. Yeah, the long review was January of that year. So we started this in April. So yeah, we did that long review in January of 2019.
It even says Forbidden Lands long review.
long review. Yeah, we did a short one that was just kind of bullet points, and nobody wanted to watch that because it was a nice deep dive. It was Lyle, Chris, and I just like going through everything because we played like an introductory session, and they each played 2 characters, so it wasn't it was a pretty good example of what the game could do, and but that was a long time ago, and geez, Free League has released so much since then and gotten I think there seems to be so much more emphasis on Dragonbane.
Really?
They're getting a lot of attention from that. That seems to do well, in the algorithm as well as the Alien and their licensed stuff.
So how much more properties can we name to boost the algorithm?
Oh yeah, hashtag. Yes, and then let's see. Second, second we started talking about topics. So we talked about GM dice fudging, painting the hate. Yeah, we did an unboxing for the Hate miniatures board game, which is right back here, and it's bazillion miniatures. And Light of a Ghost Star RPG, and then Lancer. Yeah, Lancer was on Kickstarter. Yeah, but in 2019. Wow, long ago.
I think that's something I forgot to bring back.
Oh, Lancer. Oh no. Yeah, you get. Yes, but yes. So one of the other things. So once Matt was watching, he got in touch with us and had a friend do some pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool bumpers. So let's take a look at one of those. So one of them was, wait a minute, where is it here? Is it in here? Mm-hmm. I have so many scenes and so many sources.
And layers, yep.
Oh, wait. It was, you know what? I think
Cleared it out, didn't you?
I went through and deleted them. Yes. So while we are talking, I can add them. So that was fun. Yeah. So we started that early days of, maybe it's in here already. Early days of.
When did you change the name, Jeremy?
Oh yeah, the name. So it stopped being Idle Red Hands, I think, in 2020. Yeah, because it was during COVID. So COVID had already hit, and so we were doing everything remote, and that's why everything was audio. Once we could start getting back together again, but by that time, things were just done with doing things as Idle Red Hands. Yeah. So let me see.
One day there'll be a tell-all book, right?
Yes, there'll be a tell-all.
Yeah.
And nobody will be interested.
Nobody will be.
Like what?
Yeah, because I think it was 2020 when I found the Forbidden Lands video, so it had already been out for a while.
Oh, okay.
Because my family during lockdown actually. I ran a Forbidden Lands campaign for my family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I was just devouring content, basically.
Right.
Man, what was I doing? During lockdown? Not playing games with my family, probably.
Yeah. Dark time. I was narrating the Mutant Chronicles. Yeah. So it. So I thought, that's right. I completely forgot that I bumped all those bumpers. But let me see if I can add one or two in here so we can take a look. But one of the things that Matt sent, because the idea was that we would. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here was the bumper.
Not the best.
Boom. So not the best. So the idea was, already like 2019, 2020, 5e was still such a monster that we wanted to talk about things that were not D&D. So he calls himself the greatest RPG, the greatest role-playing game, the best role-playing game. So we wanted to talk about the things that were second best, not the best.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah. But
WotC
proved to be so incompetent in their handling of D&D, it slowly shifted to the mistakes that they were making. By the time of the OGL debacle, we were already talking about WotC as not the best. Yeah. So that's when it changed. So we did it. So the original intention was to focus on things that people weren't playing or that had a different flavor you might want to switch to. But then it just became, wow, they're really incompetent at doing this. And we had warnings. Like I think they started destroying the game early on. We pretty much knew that they were going to tear 5e apart. I think by the time of what's her face's Cauldron. And it was just like, oh yeah, nothing matters anything. Just here's some points and just put those wherever you want, and you could be a magical flying cat with superpowers. And it's like, oh, okay, wait, so this isn't D&D anymore.
Crosses off my magical cat with flying cat with superpowers RPG that I was working on. Okay, never mind. Let me just turn that off. Oh,
If you made that,
too.
Chris, I'd play it.
Well, I'm not making it now, thanks to Jeremy.
Yeah. So, but we got, I think, some of the books that were coming out where they were kind of trying to, keep current and trying to make, let's make D&D, hip and cool and keep with the kids, what the kids are doing. That's when they, totally started tearing it apart. And then once they had all the Microsoft employees in there, telling them that the player base is under monetized, then things really, and they couldn't even pull that off. Like that's the funny thing.
I think they're still working on it, right?
Yeah, they're trying, but I mean, by the time they get this figured out, they're going to be such a non-factor. They're going to be back to their 50% market share by the time that they.
You think so?
I think there's going to be
Matt?
enough. Yeah, what do you think, Matt? Do you think 5e is going to fall that far? You think it's going to go back to the days of?
Eventually, I think they're using the franchise word so much now that it's almost inevitable that they're going to pull a Games Workshop and just say, "Hey, you company over there, you run D&D for us," So, yeah, it'll never go away, of course.
Yeah, no, yeah,
it's gonna.
Yeah, and they're talk already, like that franchise model and stuff where they're just going to pass it off. As soon as we see them pass it off to designers, like named designers that have never worked, kind of like what Darrington Press is doing, getting people involved, Blades in the Dark and Iron Sworn, and like people that have worked on popular games. As soon as those people start getting involved with D&D as outside contractors doing what they want with it, we know that they've kind of given up.
Taking it away from the kind of topic, though, do you think that would happen? Right, because it seemed like the current trend for D&D was to have the credits page read Wizards of the Coast staff.
Right. Yeah.
So, do you?
I think it depends on how far things slide. With no recognizable faces and names attached to anything, we'll see how far they slide, and then when they decide, and watching other people have success doing that, watching other like Darrington Press and other, and maybe Paizo will start doing things like that, where if their competition starts focusing on names, so game designers are actually going to sell things better than just the brand. I mean, it's going to be a test. It'll be a stress test of what D&D means to a bunch of kids that weren't raised on anything near it. Like maybe just came across it on Twitch,
Well, I mean, I'd be interested to get Matt's opinion on this too. But like something you just said, okay, people have never been near it. I mean, how many people's stories about playing D&D is saw this book in the bookstore as a kid, didn't have enough money to buy it, flipped through it, made my own version at home.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm sure that's not everybody's experience, but I think enough people went, I'm not really sure how to play this game, or like I was gifted this book by my grandma or someone. It wasn't the core set, right? Like I have parts of rules, so I just kind of filled in the rest myself.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think there's kind of like enough of a history of people playing like not the official D&D where that what is D&D anymore, right?
Yeah, but the how we consume media has changed a lot. Sorry, Matt, because now if you say, "Oh, I want to play D&D," oh, I know somebody that has an archive of every 5e publication PDF that has ever been released. Can you send me a zip file of that? Like that's how kids deal with media now.
Yeah.
And so they're not gonna be restricted by financially to just seeing part of it. They're gonna have access to all of it to then get involved in like on a VTT or in things they're gonna have to pay subscriptions or money. But the access to the actual game materials now, it's just like music and movies. If you want it, it's there.
Okay, yeah, good point. And we've kind of taken away from something I wanted to ask otherwise. But like, okay, music and movies, sure. The thing with those is you don't need a teacher to consume them. So like someone who has like maybe watched the Chris Pine movie, right? Said, okay, D&D, I want to play D&D. Cool. Here's a torrent of all, or a zip file of all those folders. What am I looking at? Right? Like,
oh yeah, no, it's definitely
media being what it is. They could like search up a YouTube. I'm going to be Critical Role. Like in a perfect world, it would be us, right? Oh wait a minute, we don't play D&D 5e, right? Never mind, right?
Oh wait a minute, that's the new announcement. We're shifting to a.
Oh yeah,
how to
300 episodes from 301 on.
Oh, I gotta
all
go
D&D all the time, right? Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, me too. Right? But No, I guess I wonder if that would still be the case. Like, I wonder if that would still be the case where, okay, we've got all the rules now. We still don't know how to play. Like, someone would have to
Right. The kind of oral tradition
read
of
through all this.
DMing. Yeah.
But the oral tradition is kind of not replaced, but there's an additional access point with YouTube videos. I mean, like Matt was talking before about finding. He was running Forbidden Lands for his home group and said, "I want to see as much about this game as I can," and that's how he found Edward Hands. Right. So there's any number of how to play videos that people can now go to.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's true. And I think that's why we've kept doing the actual play pretty consistently too, because I think we play differently from a lot of stuff that I've listened to. So just to have that out there, so people feel like, oh wait, I don't have to do it like this, or I don't have to, it doesn't have to be this grand theater, and it doesn't have to have booming, perfectly synchronized music and sound effects.
Oh, because we're not that technically apt, right?
Well, yeah, we would if we could. So what do you think, Matt, about people? What's going to happen to D&D, like people consuming it and learning the hobby and all that good stuff?
Well, just both of you, the points you guys made, like it occurred to me. I never really thought of it in these terms before, because like Chris had said earlier, like I think for an older set of role players, homebrew just came naturally. Homebrew was how you got started.
Right.
I mean, that's how Tunnels and Trolls started. But now thinking about what you guys just said, homebrew may be a lot rarer now that I think about it, like, because there's that whole YouTube verse, right? That set of popular YouTubers who just talk about D&D mostly, and it is always like, the 10 best magic weapons, the 10 best traps, and it's all like product basically, or it makes assumptions about. You just play rules as written kind of thing. And then once in a while, you'll see those guys do a video like, and it's kind of funny because it's almost always the same title. It's kind of like, homebrew your own game, or, like almost like they're introducing it to their audience for the first time. And but now I'm thinking about it, I think homebrew might be a lot rarer with younger players.
It's true, because even the DIY aspect of it, a lot of building your own terrain or your own dice tower or whatever, a lot of people have handed that off to Etsy. It's just like, oh, I want to play D&D, oh, I want to have something cool, oh, I'll just see what the cool thing that people are selling online. You don't have the kind of idea that, no, you have to make this all yourself. You get, all you're getting is rules, and there's some metal, there's some lead miniatures and some dice, and that's it. And you've got to do everything else. There's so much done, and cosplay and everything. It's like, I want to play an elf, I better order some ears.
Wow, we're getting into like a whole topic that I have, and not an issue. I think issue is too strong a word, but like personally, I dislike how cosplay and all that ancillary stuff kind of seems to be tied up in, I guess I'll be nice and say role-playing games in general, right? Because like you don't need any of that stuff to actually play, right?
Right.
I mean, the hardest part to play is you just need a rule set, even if it's just something janky you made up yourself, and people to play with. And you don't even need people to play with, because there's any number of solo games, but they're kind of different from more traditional role-playing games, where I'm always wondering if people that are new to the hobby and have seen Critical Role, all those other things, if they conflate needing to have a costume, needing to put on a voice, needing to have the dice tower, needing to have all the ancillary products with playing the game. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, funny story, like the first time I told my partner about like story games and like what you actually kind of do, she said, do you have to dress up? And I'm like, no. Like, right? She's like, do you have a cape that you wear? I'm like, no. I know. Like, you don't have to dress up for the game, right? That's LARPing, right?
That's why I don't like playing with Chris. Yep. She doesn't have a cape. I was like, where's your cape? I don't have a
cape. I don't have. I lost it home, right? Yeah.
But and I think it, like we were talking about, it depends on how people found it. It depends on how people found the hobby. If they found a really well-produced, crazy, Twitch stream or YouTube video that was done in LA and was on a sound stage with an audience and a big production, and everybody's got makeup on, and Chris Cox, the CEO of Hasbro, is doing funny voices, then it's like
That video alone.
Jeez, that video was terrible.
Yeah, so it is a strange thing, and it might be hard to like. No, it's actually this simple. Like you just need pencil, paper, and 2 D6s. You can do everything. Everything you need to do.
2d6, right? Get it right. It's a d20.
No, but yeah, just people thinking that it has to be very involved. Where do I find these funny dice? Where do I find that? No, you just steal some stuff out of your Yahtzee, and you're fine.
Yeah, that mentality, that kind of peer pressure sort of thing, actually feeds Hasbro's desire to monetize their D&D customers.
Oh yeah.
Totally. I think they sort of failed on their walled garden with the whole VTT thing, but they still have people at least semi-trapped behind it, and they can monetize them if they follow that mindset, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, people that don't know how to make a character outside of D&D Beyond, they've got them. They can say, okay, now how many characters do you want? Well, it's going to be 99 cents every character slot per month, and they can do that to them. But I don't know how long they're going to be able to milk that. And people will walk away. Like it might be something they only played during their university years or their high school years, and they'll eventually walk away from it. They may rediscover like the original, kind of idea someday, but I can imagine saying, I don't want to subscribe to that anymore. We barely meet. But the peer pressure thing is interesting, Matt. I think the board game, kind of the golden age of board games, and especially the living card game stuff, really benefited from peer pressure. Like people playing, like when we were regularly meeting for Netrunner, you didn't want to not buy the newest stuff because it's like, you want to kind of keep up with our little group's meta and what's going on. So you were on this treadmill of like, okay, how many packs are coming out? And I think the peer pressure to like, oh yeah, the DM is running it here. We have to subscribe to this, or we have to buy this to be in on it.
I'd be curious.
So there you're adding the collectability. Sorry, Chris. They're adding the collectability pressure, which we're now seeing in Daggerheart.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Was that a 4E thing? When did they start doing those character packs where the wizards would have like spell cards and each class would have their like, feats or whatever
Wizards have been doing that since their atrocious version of Gamma World.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I wonder if because I never played that version of Gamma World, but the idea of the collectible cards that dictated what kind of mutations and stuff you had really did not appeal to me at all. But was it 4E? Do I remember? Okay, because Dungeons and Dragons, like, what was the Skills and Powers book? Because that's where I came in, and I thought I remembered spell cards for an earlier version than 4E, but maybe I'm wrong. But like the move set of 4E really lent itself to the card format.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like what you said about the collectability of stuff, Matt, don't we kind of already see that with at least a subset of players who feel the need to collect every book?
Yeah, because behind their favorite YouTubers, that shelf of red, of half red and black spines, that's every 5E release. Yeah. So it's a funny, and they even they knew that. They knew people were susceptible to that because the Beetle and Grimm and the deluxe stuff that they started putting out. Weren't there like $90 dice sets and stuff that were like
that was ridiculous,
coming out around the anniversary times. Yeah, so they were really pushing stuff hard. Yeah, so they did become not the best, and I would like to see a world where they were back down to that 50% that they had in 4E days instead of 80.
Okay. Since this is a topic that came up on an old Idle Red Hands after 4E was kind of starting to die.
Yeah.
Right? Question for both of you guys. Say that D&D is fumbled so badly it goes back to like 50% of, or it sees a serious reduction, right? Do you think those lost players would jump to something else, or do you think they would just stop playing?
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I don't play D&D, so I don't play role-playing
Right,
games
right.
anymore. Yeah, what do you think, Matt?
I think you'd get another 50-50 split. You'd get people that just walk away and, video
Oh.
games are cool,
Right.
but then you would probably see some interest in all of these wannabe post OGL games like what's the one with the dumb long name?
Oh, it fell out of my head.
Help me out here.
Isn't it something
Tales
like
of
Tales
the
of Valiant?
yeah,
Tales of Valiant, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the never gonna be released MCDM and Pathfinder 2E and like they'll pick up some, but I think I think a large part will just stop.
Yeah, because there's other ways to get that, like video game. You go to video games, or there's other media, and now there's like RPG lit. A whole genre of books that are just based on the mechanics of like the dungeon crawler. Was it Dungeon Crawler
Carl.
Yeah, that series of books.
Yeah.
It's literally a genre now, RPG lit, that is, there's not really a story. It's just that this happens and then this happens and then this happens, and there's hit points and magic items and yeah.
So I'm very confused.
Which
Yeah,
is just
so- yeah.
it's just a Western novelization version of what is it called? Isekai?
Right. Yeah.
Isekai?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it is like a character thrown into a game world. It's not necessarily. Yeah. So they have to come up with some premise where this person, like Tron, gets trapped into the computer or teleported to like Sword Art Online or some of those the anime kind of manga stuff, or the isekai. Other world, and you become a hero or something else, and you're so that's the Western version of it, and it's like kind of Maze Runner or whatever. It reminds me of like a lot of the YA stuff.
Oh my God, that thing's like... No, I was confused because there is something here, and I think they're called like replays, where it's basically like kind of maybe not even like fleshed out. It's you are reading the transcript of an actual game session, right?
Right.
So I was kind of like,
Yeah.
is that what we're talking about here? Or like, no, this is just a
No,
new...
I
Western
wish.
Yeah, this is kind of maybe the U.S. publishing market trying to catch up with what people are already discovering on the internet, and finding some authors that can write stuff that make people happy. So yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl is one of those, the biggest one I think right now.
I think I saw that in the bookstore when I was back in the States, and I'm like, what is this? I'm glad now I didn't pick it up, right? But no, it's funny. Like I'm in Japan. Anime is inescapable, right? Unfortunately, I know that the trope is cool. What vehicle were you killed by, to get sent to the fantasy world, right? So what's the Western one? Has it been developed enough so that there's a tropey answer for how you ended up in this fantasy world?
I think it's because the
They're different. They're different.
Yeah.
The big one, Dungeon Crawler Carl one is so stupid. It's an alien game show.
Yeah. So
Where
kind of
they basically destroy your planet, sink all the buildings underground, and anyone who survives the initial destruction gets sent down into the dungeons that they're making. It's shown on alien TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an odd premise. Yeah, I don't think because Japan really loves to develop their gimmicks and their genres, and everybody just uses that. I don't think it's probably going to happen with this RPG lit genre, but it's not storytelling. It's just like this and then this and then this and then this and then this. Like, isn't that wacky?
Really? Like, because I mean, like,
there's no
even
narrative.
that like horrible like Alien Babes and Dinosaur series I was reading, which is virtually like exactly that. It's you're snatched from your home planet, dropped on this planet, something implanted in your eye, and it's all broadcast on alien TV. I mean, like, this is not new, but like compared to Dungeon Crawler Carl, that actually seems to have had a plot.
Yeah,
and it hurts my soul that I've had to say that, right? But
oh no. Yeah. But yeah, I think I don't know who that appeal. I mean, it's quite appealing. It's very popular. So yeah, I'm not sure, but that's going to be another one of those media that if people drop out of actually playing games, that'll satisfy it enough. They may never, need to go back.
For the love of God, come to like wargaming.
Yeah,
or something, right?
Something, please.
Go from one expensive hobby to another.
Yes. So
Play
yeah,
a
we had all
skirmish
of
game.
that.
It's cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, they are not. Okay, they could be. They absolutely can be, right? They're not cheaper when
It's
you go.
supposed to be.
Let's make a whole bunch of factions. Right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we survived the OGL debacle, the failure of Sigil, and yeah, Wizards of the Coast. Basically, yeah, like stumbling and not being able to do this walled garden gimmick.
No, they still got time.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
did we get that bumper first, or did we get the As the Gygax turns?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe the new TSR stuff had started first, and yeah, because we kept talking about yes, the adventures of of young Ernie Gygax Jr. Come on, and what what they were up to. Yeah, it seems it reminded me a lot because Gary had already passed, and I think even towards the end of his life, people were trying to financially take advantage of him, getting his last little bits of creativity out there, and just kind of publishing anything that they could.
That was attached to his name.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There we go. And so we had this. Oh yeah, sorry, should have said share the screen. Yes, so Matt sent us that as well. The D20 as the world turns, days of our lives, kind of. Yeah, so as the Gygax turns, so the new TSR thing. So we saw what was essentially TSR2, the people that were doing Gygax magazine and the spy game. Have to kind of step away from the name and change the name to what, Solarian? I think Solarian Games, because yes, once Ernie got involved with some kind of fly by night or get rich quick or whatever kind of guys, suddenly they were claiming they were making new games. Wizards didn't own TSR. They started using the old logos and things, and claiming that they had original people associated, illustrators and designers associated with them. So we went through the whole drama of Wizards slowly lawsuiting them into silence. And then, of course, I believe last year, Ernie passed. So that ended. But we didn't. We got a little final. The little finale was Stephen Deinhardt having his little freak out on social media. Did you see that about Giant Lands? White people don't exist in Giant Lands. And that was intentional.
That. And I intend. You know what? I missed that. I intend to keep missing it.
Right? It's a good thing to miss. Yes, but yeah, that was great.
He took the crazy and just flipped it 180. It's like, I'll be crazy from the other point of view.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Let me. Oh, that extreme wasn't working. Let's try it again from another place on social media. Yeah, and just blaming nobody's buying anything. We haven't sold anything in 2 years because of you scumbags, and it's like, okay, great.
Sure. poor craftsman that blames her tools.
Right. So yeah.
I've said it before. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I've said it before, but those Solarian Games guys, like the escape move of the century to immediately extract themselves from all that bullshit.
Smell what was coming. It's like, we're gone.
Yeah. That did really remind me of the people that were exploiting Stan Lee towards the end of his life. That was the same sort of thing as these like lawyers and business managers showed up and they were doing Stan the Man and all this stuff. And you just give us what ideas do you have? Water Girl and Fireboy? Okay, that's great. Let's do that. And so they did so much stuff, and it was all take the money and run scams. Like they even did an animation studio when Flash animation was big. There was a Stan Lee Media that did like weekly episodes, and I knew a bunch of people that worked as animators for that. And there was just another take the money and run as soon as they there was investment or something to run off with, they did. So yeah, that was unfortunate. So we must rely on Luke. I had a whole gag about Luke.
Do we? I mean, like, not to tie it into another nerd property, but like, can't the Skywalker family enough? Like, so what?
Right,
Sorry,
Luke.
right?
Yes, but it seems like he's been doing decent work and kind of keeping up, like not being stupid enough to like just get drunk and go on Twitter and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we'll see. And that's too bad because the the company that owns Dungeons and Dragons and the TSR trademark and everything having to distance themselves from the original creators. I hope we see less of that in the future. You know.
Well, I mean, everything. Fair enough, but everything like changes and grows, and your choices are to either be like locked in the past, or eventually like things just might grow on beyond the creator, right?
Right. And I don't think, I don't know. And I think all media now is so locked into mining the nostalgia and retro past. Nothing is moving forward. And it's so weird that's kind of coincided with, generative AI and stuff, because that's just about mining the past too. So the companies have been doing this, and now there's software that does this too. So nobody is interested in stepping forward or moving forward with anything in kind of like popular culture.
Calling it now.
Yeah. Oh.
D&D 6th edition will be all of the D&D material ran into an LLM
Right.
and then asked to produce a new version.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure they've been trying that. Yeah. I'm sure there's been meetings where they've been looking at that now and saying.
And Matt's gone. Right?
Well, if
Like,
that,
oh, God.
but don't you think if that technology would have been available when they created 5e, that's what they were essentially trying to do, just kind of crowdsourcing. So what do you like? How do you feel about healing surges? Are we cool with initiative? They really did try to get as much input as possible from the player base, that walked away from them with 4e.
I'll let Matt feel this one first if you want to.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
Okay.
If that technology would have existed in like 2014, 2015 for the creation of 5e, do you think they just would have done that? They just would have gotten some data. They would have had to crunch on some data to create this new rule set? Because that's kind of what they did.
I think there's a very good possibility. Okay, if we're talking about the time period where the hot tub salesman was in charge, yes.
Right. Yes. Yeah, so because they really did feel like that. It's just like, and they even were talking like that when they were making their VTT, when they were doing Sigil. They're like, so what do you guys want to see in a VTT? Like, what kind of features do you want? It's like, that's your job. We will tell you if if we like how they're implemented, but you have to create the feature set.
Well, like we've
So let me ask you guys.
Yep.
Just let me ask you guys real quick, because Chris mentioned 6th edition theoretically. Right now, they're kind of trying not to do additions to just sort of milk everything.
Right.
They're just kind of tweaking as they go, living document kind of thing. Do you think they're going to have a 6th edition? Will it be like a downturn that causes them to create a 6th edition?
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, it would have to be if there's a huge loss of interest in the brand and the players and everything. I think they would have to do that to get attention again. But they're gonna, like Apple was doing it with the new iPhone. It's like, well, what version? The new iPhone. They wanted to just whatever the latest technology, whatever when you walked in the store, whatever that was there and you bought that. That's what I think they want to do that as long as possible. Just have D&D. Just like, what is it? This is just D&D, and it's whatever, because it's going to be most of the people will be interacting with a digital version of the rule set that can constantly be updated and changed. So, because we've already seen that they're kind of moving away from physical. I think a lot of their numbers for how successful this 2024 revised edition was based on digital pre-order and not physical sales, because they're just kind of walking away from wanting to produce physical books. But yeah, I think if it's possible, if things go okay, there will never be a 6th edition. They will try to do that. And it's almost like I think if they've looked at examples like Games Workshop and tried to imitate some of what they're doing by constantly using rule changes to to force purchases, they've kind of failed at that. I mean, they need to try a bit harder, but that would be the model that this infinite D&D would succeed at, is if they were just making little tweaks, and you got to be constantly playing with this, so you have to have a subscription, so you have to have updated digital rules, and just kind of get everybody on some sort of subscription treadmill. That would be the way to keep it going and not reset it. It's still amazing to me though that they make small rule changes through a whole edition of Warhammer or Age of Sigmar, and then they do a whole nother edition in 3 years. It's like, oh my god.
Well, like you said, it's just to keep people buying models. Right?
Yeah, right.
So I think it's a little bit might have to go after this comment, but I think it's a little bit different because like you cannot play Warhammer 40,000 or Age of Sigmar without the models.
Right.
Okay, you could, right? You could have like little like little
Buttons and
thumbtacks or
pennies.
buttons and stuff, but you're not playing it like any kind of in any official capacity without the models. D&D and role-playing games are a little bit different where, okay, we've got the book, we've got the rules. We don't necessarily need to buy, okay, well, you changed a rule in this class. No one here is playing that.
Right,
We don't actually have to buy that book. So I think what they would want to do is just make it more of a subscription service, right? You're renting the rules.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Because without the rules, you're not going to be able to play. So just every once in a while, as we kind of found something, the subscription, right? Hey, there was an update to this, and if you are a subscriber, you got it. But I think they would want to have it only online, right?
Yeah, that would
cool.
force
You're done with your subscription. Well, kiss your rules goodbye. Right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be ways around that.
Adobe
but-
Photoshop then is what we're going to be playing soon.
Yeah, that would be of all the evil companies
Yeah.
to kind of emulate. Adobe would be the one like cool, like logging into my account. Oh, it sees I don't have a subscription, right? Or just like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, before you go, Chris.
Yep.
Is there anything that you would like to do, like moving forward? Anything you'd like to change about the weekly? Like do it at a different time? You want to do it like remotely from home or do something? The one thing I was thinking of is a upturned round table where instead of having so after you had to leave or sometimes when you could stay, just have a Discord call that would be everybody that's been in the chat or
roulette.
everybody, kind of chat roulette. But anybody that has a new topic that we did talk about or wants to comment on what we've been talking about, and bring them in from the Discord and just have the kind of like a roundtable discussion.
I'd like that, or because I always have to miss out on the discussion just due to the way work works. Like questions, comments from Discord that then get talked about kind of the next one.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because that was the comments. Yeah, the comments that happened on the weekly. That's what we would do is address them in the next. Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it. Sometimes
our chat's pretty funny.
Yeah. And I don't think I do it justice. Just going through it, so after you leave, sometimes I'll just go through chat. Sometimes I don't do it justice. There's some really insightful stuff, and I'm like looking, I'm like just scrolling through and miss some good stuff. So yeah, so we'll see what we come up with in the next 300 episodes.
Oh, Jesus Christ, 300 episodes. Right?
But thank you, Chris,
nice.
for doing this, being able to come here physically, be with me and do the weekly. So
I think that came out wrong.
Oh yeah, did it? Oh.
No, it's fine.
So happy 300 and get back to work, Miss.
Yeah, really.
You're ruining the new instructors are just like sitting there, like they're panicking right now.
They could all go. Right. Nice to see you, Matt. I got to bounce. Bye. Chat
You
with the
too,
bum.
Chris. Bye. Thanks.
Okay, we'll take a little break and be right back. sorry, all the
Cool.
videos are preloaded. Oh, sorry. All right, and we're back.
Well,
What's that?
we had a couple people I think came in after, so they can watch those videos.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yes, I love the little
Not
yeah,
the
really
best.
Foxy news there.
So it's funny the discussion we were having about how younger players are kind of directed to, you gotta buy the fancy stuff on Etsy, you gotta buy the cool dice sets, you gotta buy the official books, it's all very required pressure kind of thing. Because gamers, I think, have always kind of been pretty classical, like hoarders and collectors. But somehow when it's a company or companies sort of manipulating things to make you want to do that, it makes it feel dirty,
Yeah. No, I agree. The
H says I sound like I'm in a toilet.
Oh no. Okay, well, let's see. Oh wait.
Why toilet? There's got to be a better.
Sorry. No, sorry. I had it was just coming from my mic. Okay, now we're back. So we've had the 300th episode has not taught us anything about how to get this done.
Is it better now?
So and I'm still super quiet. Yeah, the mixer is not very loud. Yeah, how is that? Is that working for everybody? Yeah.
Siblings.
Crazy.
Like for instance. Oh, I'm back. Okay, cool.
Okay.
For instance, I'm out of the toilet. I'm guilty of seeing things, game stuff, and be like, "Ooh, that's cool," and buying it. But I don't. I guess that's the hobby part of it. I don't feel a pressure to do it. Like I bought this stupid 20-sided. You're not gonna be able to see this. I don't know, but. It says, fuck you on the 20 and fuck me on the 1.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't feel pressured to buy that. I was just like, oh, okay, I want that. But with, like, the cards that Daggerheart's going to be doing, I feel like there's a pressure behind that. Like, oh, you got to get it, or you're not playing the game right, or you're not playing completely,
Yeah, I thought that was a WotC move, so I was surprised. I guess, they did do cards, but I was surprised to see Daggerheart do that where, okay, this is the character that you rolled up, we'll go buy the card pack so you can have those, in front of you. Yeah, and hopefully it's much easier to have access to those digitally. Hopefully, in Demiplane or whatever, you'll have access to everything that's been released. I don't know how they're going to gate that off. But physically, yeah, if you want to collect physically, you're going to be buying a lot of decks of cards for every, class and subclass they add. And I'm surprised we haven't seen that. Like, we didn't see that with Gen Con, because they have a limited edition or collector's edition or whatever version of Daggerheart. I'm surprised we didn't see foil cards or holographic cards or something released at Gen Con. At least I didn't see anything about it, but that seems like an obvious, crappy move to do to get people to, show up at events, promote your stuff, and get, rewarded with promotional items.
Bits and Quirks say I'm echoey. Is that just the way it is right now?
Yeah. So let me see if
that might be the setup right now. Sorry. Guys.
Yeah. Sorry to put. So actually, I don't need headphones anymore because Matt is on the speak. Yeah, so Matt is coming in through the audio feed plus the speakers, but I can turn those down a little bit, I think, to stop the echoiness. But yeah, sorry, this whole thing has gone very poorly. I just thought having the physical TV instead of just Matt in a video window would be more fun. But sound wise, yeah, it's Matt's a Discord call right now. Echoey. First in the toilet.
But not the normal one, right? Because something's not working.
Oh yeah, no, So Discord didn't work. Yeah, we're going through the website version of Discord as well because the app wouldn't work. But yeah, I'd have to put headphones on connected to the computer to get rid of that echo, and I don't have any of that going right now. So we'll have an echoey 300th. It's a big occasion, a large grand hall. We rented a grand hall for such an occasion. But yeah, and that's a good. What's that?
Oh, just fair warning, if I do a live stream tomorrow night, as soon as something breaks, Matt's just going to run away and hide. So
stop stream. Yeah. It's not fun troubleshooting the myriad pieces of software that are involved. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion. I'll put a post on YouTube as well as on social media for the free Patreon time. And thank you for that. And it may just do everybody that signs up for free, because there's not that many. So yeah, we'll see what kind of response we get. But yeah, thanks everybody we've had a great chat. Like these recent years, there's been a really lively, fun chat and a lot to talk about. And that's kind of how I came up with the idea of just looking at chat after Chris had to go. Instead of just rambling some monologue, because there was so much fun stuff, so many fun reactions. That when the chat is up, we can see live, and I can still do that too. But when we're talking, it's hard to keep up with the with the feedback, and we kind of want to have the podcast, the center part of the thing be more news and be more information. Yeah, Matt's like a baseball park announcer. The Echo. I am the luckiest man. Oh, right. Yeah, Narnia. Right. Yeah, like John Carter and Narnia are very early. Like transported to a different world, kind of.
So this ties in.
Yes.
This links to the topic. Tuesday, we have like a regular game night on Tuesday nights here, and it's a smaller group than like our Saturday game night. But Will ran his new role-playing game.
Oh, cool!
Because that's all he does is makes little games and tries them out on us, basically. So it's a super stripped down system. You have 3 attributes. Mind, body, spirit, I think, and you have 3 backgrounds, experiences, kind of like the Daggerheart ones, where you can call them into play to get a bonus. And the whole premise was our characters were 3 people tapped by a super secret government organization, to go through a mysterious portal and see what's on the other side, because every time they send something through, it never comes back. And it ended up being he's got Dungeon Crawl Carl on his brain.
Oh no!
Because it ended up we went to a fantasy world, basically. So, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like, we all made kooky characters. Like, and it takes place in 1969. Yeah, 1969. So I made a former Army Ranger who did 3 tours in Vietnam as a long range reconnaissance patrol guy, but got tapped by the CIA to participate in their remote viewing experiments.
Oh, nice.
So basically, like, my whole backstory is, the government's been pumping me full of hallucinogens for like a year. And now they want to send me through a portal.
Nice.
And one of the other guys made he's like kind of a Buckaroo Banzai. He's like a physicist and a doctor, and for some reason a veterinarian. So he just made these weird characters, and he just threw us through this portal, and we ended up naked in a dungeon.
So Stargates and Dragons, Quark says. Yes.
Oh yeah. That's the other problem. Is Will is not only a Dungeon Carl fan, he's a huge Stargate fan. So it was like Gonzo Stargate.
Nice,
is what it
nice.
was.
Yeah, thanks, Cork. Yeah, right. And Matt was part of MK Ultra, right? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of the MK Ultra vibe. Absolutely.
Nice.
So every time they were talking about something weird, I was just referencing a different kind of hallucinogen. Oh, and they had an alien in the government agency's secret base. They had an alien from Roswell as an advisor. So we met the alien. So I started asking him about, like, okay, what about the reptilians and the mantids and all those conspiracy theorist alien races.
Nice.
It was like, you got to take peyote to see the reptilians.
Nice. So was Will happy with how the system worked and like how it went, the session?
I think so.
Good.
I think so. It's a super simple system. He doesn't like randomness very much. So it was point by to build your attributes out. But there was there were no other real character generation parts except thinking up your experiences or backgrounds or whatever. And that was it. Like, they gave us some gear, but it didn't matter because as soon as we went through the portal, it was all gone.
Right.
And he played us on that one because I was like, my guy, being a Vietnam veteran, he's all like demanding an AK-47. He's like, I've seen Charlie pull these things out of ponds, load them, and shoot a guy. I want an AK-47 if I'm going through a portal. And they gave me one, and then we went through a portal, and it was gone.
It was gone.
I think everything should have been gone except the AK-47. That would have been so much more cool. It's like, it's such a well-made gun. It survived an interdimensional portal.
Nice. Yeah, that would have been great. Naked with an AK. Nice. Well, cool. Yeah. So, let's. If I can get that to technically work, and with the free weaklings coming on in, we'll have some more options for the Discord. Yeah. So let's try that. It's actually not going to be next week. We're going to take some time off. So this 300 episode extravaganza, echoey extravaganza, is going to be the last weekly for a little while. So we'll probably have to take 2 weeks off. We'll be back. We'll be back. Well, let's see. Actually, one more. There'll be one more. Yeah. So next 302 next week. So next Thursday night, the 21st, will be the last one for a while. And then we'll kind of talk about that. But let's give it a try to do a Discord call at the end of that. I'm not sure if Chris will be free or not, but we'll try that on the 21st, and then we'll take a little bit of time off for the weekly. There's going to be just a break, and hopefully we'll get.
If you want, I could try to do it won't be the same, but I could try to do a little news installment on Thursdays.
Yeah, if you would be up for it, Matt. Yeah, so I'll be taking a break, and so we won't have actual play tomorrow, but Matt will actually be doing a little treat for you guys. I'll be doing a live stream. So you may see Matt come on during this kind of downtime. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off stream and see what would work and what Matt's up for. Because it would be great because you could just turn on the stream and then put the chat up, and the chat would be up from the YouTube, and just kind of do that same deal. But no, that would be cool.
Yeah, watch out! Dad's giving me the keys to the car.
Yes, just don't wrap it around a tree, and we'll be fine.
Oh damn!
Yeah. But if you come up with any like new ideas for format or something that goes particularly well, that would be cool. It'd be good to incorporate incorporate some new stuff. Yeah.
You come back and you'll see there's been like multiple episodes about, racetrack betting or what else could get us in trouble?
Right,
Matt
right.
in a bikini?
Yes, you've opened the whole Israel-Palestine issue up for discussion on Discord. Yeah, that'll do her. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have one more. That's
Oh.
one. Yeah, so one more next week. What's that?
That was a quick deletion, Abyss. Good job.
Uh-oh.
He deleted a spam.
Oh,
real quick.
thank you. Yeah, or we'll just Abyss is right. We'll just have to transition to a Daggerheart channel. There's no escaping it. Yeah, really.
Yeah, I'll make some Daggerheart characters and put my cats up on the table and point my camera down, and it'll just be cats playing other animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Cats playing turtles and frogs. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yes, but yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, it's great to see. Age of Adventure, good to see you in the chat. So everyone, nice bunch of people to see hanging with us. Yeah, so Matt is now officially an editor on the Upturned Table YouTube channel. So yeah, you can see him in the YouTube chat as Upturned Table now. So he can totally discredit me and my all of my worldviews by manufacturing falsehoods. All right. Let's see. Good.
So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do top 5 games I would like to run that I've never run.
Cool.
And I think some of the folks on Discord can guess what a couple of them are, just based on stuff I blather about.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be a fun discussion. And so you're going to look at the PDFs, like you look at the rule sets as you go through them, or what? How are you going to present
I
the
was
game?
thinking about maybe screenshotting a couple pages. I won't have the time to do like big flip throughs of 5 different games.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm setting up some notes on each game, like basically why I think they're cool and want to play them. But we'll see. I might add some screenshots from the PDFs too.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, so we will keep at it. Yeah, if there's a chance. Yeah, we're still down Terry, right? Yeah, we don't have Terry back until next month. So
yeah, Terry's schedule is really weird this month. So
yeah, probably taking advantage of summer. You have the warm weather and everybody being off. That's related to education. Cool. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, so that might be a thing. Keep an eye out for. I threatened Matt with this, and if Matt and Will are available, we might do this. There is currently a Humble Bundle for all of the current Call of Cthulhu stuff, all the modules for Alchemy. So it might be fun to run the starter set, to create characters and run the starter set adventure, the old one maybe. I don't know. I haven't.
Is it the what is it? The Haunted Mansion or something like that? That old starter?
No, not the super old. The newer one. I forget what it's called. Yeah, to run that, because it'll have a really nice. The presentation will be really nice in Alchemy. But they did recently release a new starter set. And there is a solo adventure, which I'm not sure is still the same, like Into the Flames, I think. So to teach the what are they called? Lore keepers. What is the Call of Cthulhu GM called?
Keeper.
Yeah,
They're just called keepers.
Keepers. Okay, yeah. So the keeper has a solo adventure to kind of learn the rules, And then there is, what did they change the new one to? They just
So is this equivalent to the box starter set?
Yes, I believe so. Oh no, I think it is the same one. So the first one is called the Paper Chase. Yeah, yeah. So we can run.
There's 3 of them. That's
Yeah. There's Paper Chase, Edge of Darkness, and Dead Man's Stomp, as well as the solo scenario. Alone Against the Flames, not Into the Flames. Alone Against the Flames is a solo to kind of teach the rules and the setting, and if we get a chance to run, I'll run Paper Chase for Matt and Will next week if we get some time.
That'd be fun, man.
Yeah. No, look really gorgeous too in Alchemy. Just hope they have the dice all working correctly, so we don't have to struggle. And building characters would be more fun too, right? We should make characters instead of playing the pre-gens. Yeah, that'd be more fun. All right. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be our last little hurrah. I think we can probably get that done in a session too. Yeah, I don't think it'll go. I don't know, with character creation though, maybe not. Yeah, because there's a lot of fidgeting with character creation. But yeah, and hopefully they got a nice sheet in there to make it nice and easy. They usually do.
How much was that Humble Bundle?
Oh, it was. I think it wasn't bad. It was like 18 or something like that. Because it wasn't huge. It was only like 8 modules, I think. Like the player's book, the keeper's book. It wasn't a huge.
Oh, okay, $18.
Yeah, $18 for 8. I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because the Alchemy modules are pricey. They're really well produced. I mean, compared to anything I've ever played on Roll20, and even a lot of stuff that I played, the character sheets are really good on Foundry, but even some of the pre-made maps and stuff that I played, still Alchemy has really been great.
Age is going to play Black Powder and Brimstone
Oh,
on Alchemy.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that could be very fun. That's Modifius is publishing that, right? That's one of the ones that was.
The Modifius or?
Yeah, Free League or Modifius. Yeah, maybe it was. It could be Free League too. I forget, but yeah, are doing supporting the smaller folks. Yeah, so I'm curious who will get the heat if Nintendo gets upset about Sword of Eternity or whatever that Zelda knockoff is. I'm curious who will. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is Free League. I'm curious who will take the heat.
Yeah, that one's really. I mean, I know they follow serial numbers off, but man, you just look at it, and you're just like, oh yeah, Zelda. Okay.
Right. Oh yeah, no, it is Free League. Yeah, Black Powder and Brimstone. Cool. Yeah, that would be fun as well. Very cool. Yeah, so we'll try some more Alchemy while we got a chance.
I'm sure Will would be down for that.
Oh, cool. He's a fan. Oh, that's good.
I've run Cthulhu. It was a long time ago, but I ran Cthulhu with our local group for a while.
Okay, good. Yeah, so there won't be a big. What?
He likes to make characters who are just like blissfully unaware of all the crazy shit that's going on.
Right.
I always found that hilarious. It's like he could always figure out a way to not be in the room when the Bayaki shows up or whatever.
Right. Nice. Yeah, we'll see. See how that
I want to do. Speaking of Cthulhu, another game. It's not going to be on my list for tomorrow, but it's a little farther down. But I would like to try Gumshoe's
Mm.
Trail of Cthulhu. Trail of Cthulhu. Um, because I think that Gumshoe system for investigating is pretty cool,
Nice.
pretty smart.
And that's what powers the King in Yellow, right? They did a series of adventures like in
Maybe.
different cities based on. I think that's Gumshoe as well. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, good. So yeah, so we'll have so next week will be our last week for a little while, and Matt will take over and do some fun stuff on the channel for a bit. And
Takeover is a strong term.
Matt will be present.
Matt will be around.
Yes.
Biz said, I read that Discworld RPG PDF stuff fully released. Oh, man. Now, there's a good example of pressure. I had so much guilt for not backing that one.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that looks so good. Yeah, they did a really nice job. Yeah, that was, and yeah, it was just the timing of it was kind of weird. There was like stuff I was more, more interested in, and just like, I wish it would have been got more dead time.
And it was a pretty big, like, it was not going to be a small amount of money if you wanted the cool stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's.
I can do about one really cool one a year, and that's my limit.
Right. Yeah, I just got the.
Oh, I have the Fighting Fantasy too, so I'll probably
Yes.
come online to do some of that.
Nice.
I'll be getting that very soon. So
That's cool. That's something you may be able to do. Just with your phone or whatever. If you just want to open the book on the desktop and or on the table and flip through it, that would be fun. And then you can have your fingers in the save points. You get 5 retries, right? Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Fighting Fantasy.
Jeremy's going out to buy some milk and smokes. Abyss said.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be back. I just need some.
And we
cigarettes.
never saw him again. Oh.
Just need some cigarettes, Matt. I'll be back. Yeah, Christmas is going to be different this year.
Did you have, okay, this is a classic Gen X experience. It's kind of cliche, but I'm curious if you had it. Your mom gives you a note to take to the drugstore to buy cigarettes.
Oh.
Did you ever have to do that?
No. No, it was.
Maybe your parents didn't smoke. I don't know.
My mom.
Like,
My mom did. She tried to quit. Like she smoked between pregnancies, and then only when she was like really stressed out. And the funny thing is, she was like, she'd smoke like Marlboro Light 100s and just want that first drag. And remember, after the first drag, I'm trying to quit. So there would be ashtrays full of stumped out, 100s, the big, the long Marlboro Lights in every ashtray. It's like, what a waste of money. I mean, that's, the 70s and 80s. So cigarettes weren't quite the luxury they are now. But I didn't have that experience. There was always, when she was smoking though, there was always the carton on top of the refrigerator. That was like the classic, to keep it away from the kids and whatever. The carton on top of the refrigerator was, and always those cases, those cigarette cases, with the little snap tops on them. Some of them were like,
yeah.
like faux
like the little the one you would carry.
Yeah,
kind of thing?
right. Like, the one that would be in her purse. Like, if she asked me to get her cigarettes, that would be the thing I'd have to find.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom worked. Well, for a lot of years as a kid, she worked for the phone company, which is not what you younger people think of as a phone company. It was a whole different thing. And, so on the weekends, she would just be done. Like, she didn't want to do anything. So, she'd write me a little note. She'd give me money for her smokes, and she'd give me some money so I could buy some candy, and I would just go
Nice.
hand the note to the cashier lady. She'd give me, what was she smoking? She's smoking brands that don't exist anymore, like Vantage. And,
Oh yeah,
well, I guess Camel's still around, but I remember those stupid. You remember Camel had those little coupon things in it, and you could like get a catalog and order stuff
yes,
out of it.
yeah. Wasn't it like Camel Cash or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Marlboro, a couple of the big brands did that. You get like a kayak, branded with the Marlboro, or like a racing jacket or whatever with the Marlboro logo on it. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure those traded those coupons traded in prison pretty good too. You need something to wear
Yeah.
when you get out. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a comic, Dusty Slay's kind of a Southern guy who does this whole bit about all the clothes he would wear to school were bought through like the Marlboro catalog. When they tell you we need a new shirt, mom would just start smoking.
Yeah. You could always tell the rougher kids, especially like elementary school, where they're wearing like beer brands and liquor brand T-shirts. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
really, that's what you got, huh? Oh man.
Yeah. Or they'd have those 3/4 sleeve shirts that would have like a kind of a spray painted looking half naked lady on it or something.
Right.
dumb like
Yeah.
that.
Right. Yeah, those like street fair, airbrush T-shirts and stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, where has all that gone? I'm sure that's all on Etsy now. I'm sure somebody has an Etsy store of airbrushed pinup shirts.
There's a candy store in this town on the coast here that I go to a lot. And they somehow are able to sell, and I don't know how, because I thought these were illegal, but they're able to sell those candy cigarettes. You remember those?
Oh yeah.
And the ones that had like the little paper wrap around it with the powder inside, so you blow and it looked like
Yeah.
you had smoke coming.
Yeah.
So bad, man. It's just training us to be smokers. So bad.
Right. Yeah, I remember there were a bunch of those versions of those. There were bubblegum. There were ones that were bubblegum, and ones that were just kind of some kind of mysterious candy.
Like
You just
a
kind of,
sugar stick, right? You just-
yeah. You just chew. Yeah, you just like once you're tired of having to hang out of your mouth, you just bite the ends of it off. Yeah.
Yeah. But don't smoke, kids.
Yeah, right.
We're this is called gallows humor. We don't actually think any of this was good.
Right. Yeah, and it's amazing though. Even in Asia, it's getting really hard. No smoking indoors in public now. Airports and everything. They still have like smoking rooms at some bigger places, but yeah, even Japan is trying to control public smoking, and they had a whole campaign for a while that talked about. The average adult holds a cigarette when they're walking at the eye level of a small child. So they're trying to discourage people from walking around and smoking. There was all this, all these promotions that just say, just be careful, just smoke in designated areas, don't walk around with cigarettes, and a lot of that. And that, when I first got here, it was just cigarette smoke everywhere. Yeah, just everything was choked. Even if they had a non-smoking section, the smoke just drifted over because they didn't put any dividers or anything. So everything was just, full of cigarette smoke. And now it's pretty rare to see someone. There's still a lot of public drinking, but not as much public smoking.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's still, the laws have probably changed, but in 2004, I went on this training thing back to the East Coast. And on the way back, one of the people I was training with had a seat next to me on the plane, and she was this girl from Croatia. And she was just the biggest chain smoker you ever met. And so we had a stopover in Denver. So when we stopped in Denver, she knew exactly where the room was where you could go and smoke. And so
Wow.
I went with her. And this is 2004, which feels late, but I guess maybe not.
Mm.
And you go in this room, and it's like 100 people sitting at little tables, and it's just fog of smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
Like everyone's just lighting up.
Wow. Was there a smoking lounge in your high school? Because I think the smoking age in the 80s, like 70s and 80s, was like 16. So you could smoke in high school. They wouldn't let you take breaks from class to do it, but after school, there would always be a room where people would go and smoke. So the teachers and the students that were old enough would always be in like a smoking room. It was just like a equipment storage room or something, but it was like the room you were allowed to smoke in the school. Did you have
In
anything like
my
that?
high school,
Yeah.
yeah, my high school, the teachers had a lounge where they could smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and then the students had the smoking section,
Mm.
which was this grass square right next to the office, and it was maybe like 30 by 30. And between classes, when you
Oh,
got like 4 or 5 minutes to get to class,
yeah, yeah.
that thing would be just packed. It looked like a Japanese subway.
Right.
The classic picture of them pushing people in.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it would be like for 4 or 5 minutes between every single class.
Wow. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, in Sweden, they let kids in high school take cigarette breaks like between classes. Like the timing between classes was pretty long, so kids would just go outside and stand outside and sit on benches and stuff and just smoke. So yeah, a lot more relaxed. But yeah, designated smoking areas in school. That kind of stuff people are just never gonna know about. That life shortening
We had
experience.
we also had an open campus, which is like not a thing anymore, from what I understand. Like,
Hmm.
so like on lunch, you could just wander off
Oh yeah,
campus and go places.
right, right.
And like, I was told that my year was the last year, and they stopped it because like local merchants were complaining so much, I guess.
Ah, got it. Yeah, yeah. They built the first McDonald's in the area. Stupidly, was in like visual sight, maybe like 300 yards from the high school, and so there was one wing of the high school that faced the second story, but it faced that side. So that was always the dare is to jump out the window, crawl down the building, go get McDonald's, and come back in before anybody come back in the classroom before the teacher noticed you were gone. The McDonald's challenge. Yeah. Yeah, that was you could tell the size of the town I went to high school in if it was the first McDonald's ever in the area. Tiny.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Tiny. Yeah, and they had the previously only other fast food was a KFC, which is now the newspaper office, and it's still that same shape, kind of steepled
Ha!
KFC
Has a
building.
steeple on it.
Right, right, but it's a newspaper office now. I wonder if it still smells
We
like
have one.
grease. Yeah.
We have one of those a couple blocks from here that is now one of those very American Chinese food hamburger donut shops.
Yeah, right.
Anything you can fry, we will sell you, kind of thing.
It's gonna all be the same oil. Sorry, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes. So yeah, good stuff. And then those were the those were the origins of tabletop role plays. Smoking everywhere, fried food
Oh
everywhere.
yeah.
A lot of home.
Our lunch break games were ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, like lunchtime after school, there was our public library was cool. They had like rooms that you could check out or reserve, and we would sometimes play in the basement of the library because they had a lot of space, tables and stuff. So that was really cool because everybody could get there then. It was kind of more central. But yeah, and there was the game store too. The hobby store had a back room that there was role play going on, but it was just for the older kids. So yeah, I was way too young to be allowed back there. I think I was back there once, and it was basically painted cinder block walls, like with a coat of arms, and like paint, the wall painted to look like a dungeon and stuff, and a big table. And like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah. We didn't get a game store with a play area here until I was so old it held no magic for me anymore.
Right. And then, it's taken over by like, Pokemon players and stuff. There's a lot of, I think, if there is a public play space, that happens here in Japan too. The public spaces get taken over by the popular, people playing Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. It gets dominated by other hobbies.
Yeah, it's Magic here mostly.
Yeah.
Like the big game store in town we have now has actually a fair number of tables, but when you go in, you'll see like there's almost always at least half of it is people playing Magic.
Are there any like board game cafes or bars or anything near you? Has anybody done that?
There's one not too far from here. It's like this little suburb town next to us that I haven't been in. They have a cover charge, and all their advertisements are always pushing D&D games, which has always been kind of like, well, I'm not gonna go pay you so I can play a game I don't want to play.
Right.
But they do board games. I really should go check it out sometime. The problem is Will has such a nice setup at his house that none of the people I play with want to go out places. Like, it's the kind of thing I would totally do with my brother because he's way more extroverted than all my nerdy friends I play with here in town. But,
right.
Like, in fact, there's a great game cafe place in Berkeley that we've been to a few times.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Victory Point, I think it's called. Yeah, it's really nice, and they just expanded it. Actually, not too long ago, I was sharing pictures or talking about it with people on Discord, our Discord, and they expanded it, and it looks like they remodeled it because it was a little bit of a tight spot because it's in that kind of. I don't know if you've been to Berkeley much, but it's sort of that central downtown area where the buildings are older and everything's a little smaller. So I guess they expanded it, so I want to go check it out. But that one's cool too. You do pay a little bit of a cover charge, but you get a bowl of what they call gamer food. So it's basically just a big, giant cereal bowl full of a mix of different sugary cereals that you can just snack on while you're playing games. And when you pay your cover charge, you roll this giant 20-sided, and whatever you roll is your % off anything you buy in the store that day.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's cool. So they just sort of write it down for you, and like, they got me. I bought. What did I buy last time? I bought Splendor, I think. 'Cause I rolled like a 17.
Yeah.
17%. That's pretty good.
Nice. That's a great gimmick. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, those kind of spaces are more popular here because people just don't have the space, in their living situations. There's not big kitchen tables and stuff the same way that there are. So yeah, a lot of people are in tiny apartments with tiny tables. So yeah, being able to game out is good.
Yeah, Will has one of those old ranch houses that's kind of long and made back in the day where you didn't just get one living room. For some reason, you got two living rooms.
Right. A rumpus room or something.
I've never understood that, but yeah. So one is their living room and one is Will's game room.
Right.
So he built himself a giant table, which is cool.
Nice.
And put up a bunch of shelving for his games and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's hard to beat, especially because you don't have to deal with random people and always paying for stuff you don't, paying for food or whatever, or cover charge. You don't really get anything out of.
They kill me though, because they never want to go do gaming in other venues, right? But every time we get together for gaming, they always want to go get dinner.
Oh.
And I'm always like, you're doing this wrong. Like, we're going to lose an hour or more of game time because you fuckers don't want to just order some pizza.
Right,
You know?
right. Oh, that's funny.
They're like a bunch of old ladies.
Yeah, that's. You just need a game-friendly caterer to to be there for, have some hot dishes, you know, some finger food. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, the yeah, places that end up being the regular. So here, a lot of people use. There's community centers that have they're pretty affordable. It's only like $20 or whatever for a day, and if you have get $1 from everybody that shows up, or a couple of bucks, you can pay it off. So a lot of the people that do either like traditional Japanese crafts or some sort of hobby, and then also the gamers will rent these spaces in these community centers. But sometimes they're a little, they've just got the very standard kind of conference room furniture, or sometimes they're tatami mat. Sometimes they're not very friendly. They're low tables and tatami mats and stuff. So but that's a popular thing to do because people are so decentralized, and also nobody has like a big gaming space in their house. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, traditional wargamers must have a hard time, right? Trying to find a 3x4 table.
Yeah, I think those community centers, or sometimes people that have come here and built houses, will do like a big, like they'll do like a great room, because some of the more recent houses that imitate Western design, so they'll have the tall entryway and the great room kind of thing, and so they can use that for their gaming days and stuff. But a lot of people, if you can build a house like that, it's not going to be convenient. It's going to be on the countryside, so it's going to be a weird train ride out. So it's tricky, because to live somewhere convenient on a good train line that everybody can get to is it's very expensive to then build and live there. Yeah, and so that's why there's so much obsession. Like Chris was talking about the little like mini box games that she brought back. The Japanese ones that were ordered. That kind of stuff is really popular here. Anything you can play, just on the size of like a lunch tray is like preferred, as opposed to like a 4x4 or 4x6. That's asking a lot.
The smaller, they always sound cool in principle, but I've when we went to Gen Con in 2015, there was a company that was selling these like gum pack size games. So they were these little boxes that were about the size of like those narrow packs of gum, So you'd open it. It was only about 1/4 inch thick. You'd open it and pull out a tiny little instruction book, and then probably a bunch of little stick shaped things, and maybe a little a tiny mat you unfold maybe, and it's like, this is the game. And we bought a couple because they weren't very expensive. They weren't really games.
Right. Yeah, I still haven't tried the Gloomhaven buttons and the little tiny miniature Gloomhaven. Yeah, that came, and I haven't opened it up yet, but it is tiny. It's like literally like this big. It's a really small box, and it's supposed to kind of simulate in a miniature. And the gimmick is that it's miniaturized too. You're playing like tiny characters, but they miniaturize the Gloomhaven experience. So yeah, I haven't gotten to try that. I'm sure the YouTube's full of it, but and I guess the RPG may show up this year. They're kind of optimistically. Cephalofair has been posting some updates that they're looking at September, October, hopefully, for stuff to get fulfilled. I don't know.
Age has a question.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Age wants to know why you moved to Japan. Or he says you guys, so maybe Chris too.
Oh, yeah. I did because I didn't want to raise another kid in LA because I fucking hate that city so much. That was basically my thinking, and also the idea, the language thing, and culture thing too, because you can't have kids in America and have them be Japanese. They'll never be Japanese. You have to grow up in Japan and be and to have the whole culture, atmosphere, language proficiency, kind of literacy. Then you can go live wherever the hell you want, and you'll still be Japanese. But you can't be born outside of Japan, and people will never accept you as Japanese. So that was the big thing. We didn't want to kind of force our kids to be Americans for the rest of their life if they didn't enjoy that. But that was my big reason, because we lived in LA for a while, and then outside Chicago for a while, and I was fine in kind of the countryside away from the city, and but then it was time to have kids, like, okay, we're in the middle of nowhere. This is not making any sense, and I don't want to do the LA thing again. And plus, my wife doesn't have a driver's license and never wants to have a driver's license, so LA is out as far as being able to live, unless we hire a chauffeur. It's very because a lot of people, like Tokyo and Osaka natives, it's like New York. The train is so good. Anywhere the train doesn't go, a taxi goes. So you never get a driver's license. And also because it takes up.
And then he said, "Oh no, good. Finish your thought."
Oh yeah, and also it costs like $4,000 in 3 months of your life, to do the driving school.
Oh yeah,
very expensive.
So he said he thought, Matt, that I was also in Japan because of my background. That I am not in Japan. I am in California.
Yes.
But I am in a space that I split with other uses. So I have a couple shoji screens, kind of splitting the room in half.
Nice. Yeah, Matt looks like he's more in Japan than I do. I've got metal utility shelves behind me. I could be in Eastern Europe in a warehouse for all anybody knows.
I would like to go to Japan and play a real game with Jeremy someday.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, if the
it's like money and finally getting around to getting my passport and stuff.
Oh yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah, we've been pulling it off pretty well. I'm surprised, because I really hated gaming online, but we've really pulled it off well. I mean, I feel like we have such a regular schedule and a real functional group, completely through Discord. That's amazing, because I didn't think that was possible, especially pre-COVID. I was like, ugh, don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really counting on it now, because with this new job, I don't think I'm gonna be going to my Saturday game nights anymore.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna be bummed. like, because now that Will wants to do role playing stuff again, that's kind of what Tuesdays are gonna turn into.
Oh,
And if I get Broken Empires, I'm gonna want to do that too.
Yeah, right.
So Saturdays was always kind of our board game day. So like my board game playing is gonna just drop into nothing, which just sucks. But oh well.
Yeah.
You ever thought of running an online weekly con? Oh. That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a fun idea. Yeah, the guys that do I just saw, I think they just recently did it. The guys that do the Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland, they just had an online con. That's a really neat idea, because it's just a cool way for people to show off stuff, to have game sessions and people to promote stuff. Yeah, but that would be fun. I was always thinking how cool, because there's and there may be a good reason for this, but Japan is pretty restricted as far as they have like game market. There's like just a few. There's no like Gen Con of Japan. There's just the Tokyo Game Market, and I think there's one in Kobe or something too. But that's mostly board game stuff. But there's not a lot going on as far as conventions and stuff in Japan. More for manga and toys and anime. But it'd be cool.
That'd be neat. How How would you organize it? I guess you would schedule events and then have people book them
Mm-hmm.
virtually. Huh.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of like scheduling and organization, but I think there's a lot of software that can do a lot of that heavy lifting for you. Where you can just have websites where people can register and do stuff. But that would
Yeah.
be fun. Yeah, that would be really fun to.
But I know there was those people. It was actually really successful during COVID who did that thing for basically Gen Con,
Mm-hmm.
virtual Gen Con. I forget what they
Right.
called it.
No, that's right.
It's something like you couldn't make it to Gen Con or something like that. And that was pretty successful for a while, but now you never hear about that anymore. I don't
Right.
think.
Yeah, and with the how good remote video and stuff is, you could have guests and stuff. You could like literally, if you had some sort of fee, like a small fee, you could literally pay guests to speak, at the virtual, cons and stuff. That would be cool. Or even like have people guest GM and stuff. That'd be cool.
Dude, we could get, yeah, there's a few people we could probably try to get who would have things to promote, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, oh, damn it, Age, now you got me thinking about stuff.
Matt's wheels are turning.
But you could, you might be able to get Trevor Duvall, because he's been on the channel. You might be able to get Andreas, what's his name? From Sweden Rolls. 'Cause
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been on the channel.
Yeah, yeah.
And he kickstarted a very successful Kickstarter for Dragonbane stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they were.
third-party Dragonbane stuff.
Yeah, they're one of the earlier ones too. Yeah, that was one of the first big
Yeah.
ones I saw.
And then maybe we could finally start doing those legendary artist things that we were talking about.
Yeah, Jeff D is now pretty active on his Patreon again. He just popped up. He took some time off. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he just posted. Yeah, and who else?
Errol Otis is pretty active still too.
Oh, cool.
Like, oh man, that would be really cool.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's just the only thing would be the time difference. We'd have to kind of split the difference with some time zones, so it might be some inconveniently timed. But we could also then say this is North American sessions, this is North American events, this is Pacific Pacific region Oceania event times, and schedule things that would be friendlier to certain areas.
Yeah, because it's always a challenge for the Europeans.
Yeah.
Like I know poor Abyss, it's like 8 in the morning or something right now.
Right.
Like, like me starting at 9 is not too big a deal. Which is what, like 1 or something over there?
Yeah, with depending on the daylight savings, it's like 1 p.m. here. Yeah, so noon is 8 p.m. there. Yeah.
When we were playing with Arturo, I think he's like 2 hours earlier.
Yeah, he's central.
Or later.
Yeah, right.
So like my 9 is his 11. So he was being really nice running that game for us late at night.
Yes, that was very late. Yeah, that was very, very cool. Yeah, we'll have to kick that around and see like what kinds of things would work. And I think there's tools also where if we have live events, we can also have like, video on demand, or have, you could be able to watch it again. It could be, somehow in a, if you registered for the event, you could get in there and watch everything that we did, and it doesn't have to be live. Of course, it'd be the most fun to be able to interact with it. But we could have things still exist beyond the live schedule. Yeah, that would be really fun.
Maybe that should be a 2026 goal or something.
Yeah. That would be very cool.
Organize a convention.
Yeah, weekly. I mean, if we
We just didn't need another global pandemic.
That's right. Then we'd have all the time in the world to make this work, and we have a lot. People's availability would go up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're working on it. It may not be coming the same guys, but I'm sure they're working on it. Yeah. That would be really virtually would get it going.
This is going to work soon. It might be time to call it.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you everybody for hanging with us for the 300th. This is actually in the wrong order, but we did 301 last week. So yeah, so there'll be one more next week of the weekly, and then we'll see what Matt wants to do during the kind of hiatus, during my sabbatical. We'll see what happens, and yeah.
Call it the weekly, but I'll change it to WEAK.
Right, yeah, yeah. Gotta get that A, and you gotta start from 1. You gotta start from the first episode again. All right, but yeah, thanks everyone, and I'll put up some information on social media about getting the free Patreon time. So we'll do 3 months of Patreon, and we'll see what kind of response we get on there, because we might not have to. There's no reason to restrict it to 3 people, so we'll see how it goes. If not that many people actually register, then it'll probably be a pretty widely available thing. But then you can hang out with us on the Discord, and that should be a fun time. So thanks everyone that's already a member on YouTube or a patron, and the join button on this video will get you into the membership. That does also have access to the Discord, but it's very manual. It's not as automatic as Patreon. But thanks for watching, and we will be back again. Yeah, where is Miguel? Says Abyss. I'll be back again soon. Take care, everyone, and see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.